What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including WWE spending millions to get The Rock to wrestle. Is Stone Cold Steve Austin coming back for WrestleMania 43 for another match? Saudi Arabia paid WWE millions for WrestleMania 43. Jerry Lawler suffers another stroke. WWE All In on Crushing AEW. What really happened to Stephanie Vaquer, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at WWE spending millions to get The Rock to wrestle. Now, is The Rock wrestling at WrestleMania 43? Now, he will be if the Saudi Sports Authority gets its way. By now, you've likely heard the many rumors that WrestleMania 43 will be held in Saudi Arabia, and the plans are already in place to make this the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Now, although the deal hasn't been confirmed, there are so many stories surrounding the 2027 Showcase of the Immortals that some fans believe that it's set in stone. But now the Wrestling Observer newsletter is reporting on how The Rock could play into the show. Those in Saudi Arabia close to the General Entertainment Authority, headed by Al Sheikh, confirmed this week that the show is official, and they claim negotiations for Dwayne Johnson were advancing, and they believe the deal was close to being finalized. Now, as usually happens with WWE, the promotion is keeping things quiet until it determines the time is right. We've not been able to confirm this with those in WWE which would be involved in the talks. The impression is that the final payment number for the show will be affected by whether or not they get The Rock in the main event. The idea is that the individual payoff for Johnson would be multiple times that of any pro wrestler for any event in history. Now, this is definitely bound to go in the tens of millions, as WWE even paid Shawn Michaels to return at Crown Jewel for $3 million for one match. Now, The Rock is always atop a WrestleMania wish list, dating back to the days when WWE was hopeful it could get him to work a match against Roman Reigns. Now, according to the Observer, it was noted that with the WrestleMania Saudi Arabia deal being completed, that Saudi Arabia was pushing for a main event of The Rock against either Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns. However, The Rock has been absent ever since he participated in John Cena's controversial heel turn at this year's Elimination Chamber, with speculation there might be heat between him and one or more individuals in WWE management. Next up is Steve Austin interested in a WrestleMania 43 match. Now, The Rock isn't the only WWE icon on the WrestleMania 43 wish list. As we mentioned in previous news videos, the promotion hasn't ruled out Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, or even Stone Cold Steve Austin. However, Austin's status appears to be questionable according to the Observer. Another name that has been talked about is Steve Austin, who would be 62 at the time of the show. At this point, Austin is yet to be confirmed. From the Saudi Arabia side, what they have been told by WWE and or Austin is that he wants to make sure he is healthy and would be physically ready to do a match. Now, conventional wisdom has it that Steve Austin has nothing to prove after his retirement match against Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 38. The highly regarded match gave the Texas Rattlesnake the send-off he never got after a neck injury prematurely ended his career. Now, indeed, Austin has had opportunities to appear at WrestleMania since then, including WrestleMania 40, where he was reportedly asked to participate at Night 2's Cody Rhodes vs Roman Reigns match, but The Undertaker took his place at the last minute. Now, while it's likely that Austin will be offered a huge payday to work WrestleMania 43, it appears he's more concerned with his legacy than a quick paycheck, which is definitely understandable. Next up, Saudi Arabia paid WWE millions for WrestleMania. But just how much is WWE getting for the rumored WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia? Well, it was told on the Observer that the total value of the deal is said to be well over $100 million. A Saudi Arabian source said, "I can't share with you the exact number, but WWE asked for a higher number than $100 million as the show will feature The Rock, if the agreement is reached, and it will be a packed megastar show as the General Entertainment Authority requested." Now, while there have been many fans complaining about WWE holding WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia, WWE's current policy of maximizing money over fan sentiment makes it unlikely that they care, especially when WWE is cashing in big with this mania. Next up, sad news as Jerry Lawler suffers another stroke. Now, there's an update on Jerry the King Lawler, as TMZ Sports is reporting that the WWE Hall of Famer suffered a stroke last week. WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler was forced to pull out of a scheduled appearance after suffering a stroke. But the good news is, he's already on the road to recovery, TMZ Sports has learned. Jerry's ex-fiancée and caregiver tells us he experienced the medical issue in Florida last Friday at one of his homes. Luckily, he says his daughter is taking him back to his primary residence, where he will rest up for a few more weeks before getting back to normal. But the King has unfortunately dealt with serious health issues before, including an on-air heart attack in 2012, a stroke in 2018, and a major stroke in 2023. Now we're glad to hear that Jerry is back on the road to recovery, and we're wishing him all the best. Next up, WWE All In on Crushing AEW. Now is WWE looking to sandbag AEW every chance it gets? Well, it doesn't take a genius to see how WWE's constant counter-programming of AEW PLEs is based on strategy of making business life difficult for All Elite Wrestling. However, things may be just getting started based on comments from the Observer Live's Brian Alvarez. There were a lot of discussions about what they're going to do head-to-head next. I know when Tony Khan moved All Out, I knew when he blinked it was going to be trouble, and be ready for that in 2026. It's too late to move WrestlePalooza. I actually thought that there was a chance that once Tony moved it earlier, WWE was going to move it earlier as well. Apparently they decided it was too late to do that. They're going to be moving shows, they're going to be doing extra shows to make sure he can't move it to an unopposed time. I knew it would happen, and they pretty much have talked about it internally, so that's what's coming up next for those battles. The WWE's policies are pretty much nothing new, as WWE has tried to hurt competition at least as far back as the 80s when Jim Crockett Promotions was a frequent target. Do you think with all the counter-programming that they will eventually crush AEW? Next up, Paige wants to face AJ Lee. Now that AJ Lee is back in the WWE, it appears that Saraya, aka former superstar Paige, is interested in a rematch with her old sparring partner. During a chat with Busted Open Radio, Saraya told the show's host that she is excited by AJ's return, and it made her think about her own return, something she's discussed ever since she left AEW. Saraya said that she has happy memories of her time working with Lee, commenting, "She's the one that kinda took me under her wing when I first came up on the roster too. We traveled together, we had a frenemies thing, and my social media has not stopped. It is blown up. I cannot go on there without hundreds and thousands of people doing videos being like, please bring Paige back." Saraya discussed potential plans with AJ Lee and how she wants to give AJ her moment in the sun. With AJ, I would love to be her tag partner again or run it back eventually. I'm not saying right now, she needs a moment. People are excited for her to come back. Maybe one day, we'll see. WWE has a huge roster right now, and bringing Saraya back right now would likely be anticlimactic as everyone is pumped about AJ's return. However, can WWE resist the temptation of the initial pop Saraya will bring compared to it impacting a return in the long run? Next up, a main roster push on hold. I may recall rumors when Jordynne Grace signed with WWE that she was on her fast track to a main roster promotion. However, Grace has been competing in WWE since this year's Royal Rumble, working in NXT. Some fans are surprised that she hasn't already jumped over to the main roster. A recent report from Bodyslam.net notes that Grace's call-up was pushed back, and while there's no timeline for her coming to Raw or SmackDown, it is in the works. As some NXT call-ups haven't exactly set the world on fire since their respective call-ups to Raw and SmackDown, it's possible that waiting is a good thing for her. It'll make the debut on the main roster all the more special. Next up, what really happened to Stephanie Vaquer. Now, Stephanie Vaquer recently debunked rumors of her being injured. Vaquer recently updated fans during an appearance on the Unlikely with Adrian Hernandez podcast. "I saw social media. Sometimes many things are not real. There's no injuries. I'm ready for Raw next Monday." During that same interview, Vaquer also mentioned that she's trying to improve her English as much as possible. I need to be honest, this is so difficult for me right now. I know my English is not good, perfect yet. I think I've been here for 10 months. My English maybe is not so bad, and I really want to learn more, so I try to be brave. And if the interview in English or is in Spanish, I say yeah, let's do it. Now, improving her English will make Stephanie more marketable whenever she wrestles in North America. So it's definitely encouraging to see that she's working hard to improve every aspect of her performance. Next up, Triple H confirms the return of a legend. And when is Rey Mysterio returning back to the ring? Fans have been asking this ever since the 18th April edition of SmackDown, when the WWE superstar was injured the night before WrestleMania 41, leading to Rey Fenix taking his place in his match against El Grande Americano. Now, it's been a slow road to recovery, but a new report from PW Insider states that Rey is now expected back at the WWE Performance Center next week to continue his road back to the ring. However, Triple H has already confirmed that return will happen and that Rey will play a major role in the Worlds Collide show. Triple H tweeted a promotional photo of the event that has Rey on it, leading to speculation that Rey Mysterio may get involved in his son Dominic's match against AAA Mega Champion El Hijo del Vikingo. Rey's feud with Daddy Dom has been dormant for months, but fans know that Dom never misses a chance to belittle his old man, and this event could see their feud reignite as he cost Dominic the AAA Mega Championship. Next up is WWE ending a 15-year tradition. It looks like WWE's ending its 15-year tradition at Madison Square Garden. WrestleVotes recently reported, "We're told that WWE will not be hosting its annual post-Christmas live event at MSG this year. The tradition that dates back to 2009 has seen WWE run an untelevised house show at Madison Square Garden every December 26th. Instead, this year WWE has a live event booked in Baltimore, Maryland. The move to Baltimore is a surprising one, given the history and prestige of the MSG show. However, WrestleVotes also mentioned that MSG will be hosting a big event on 17th November when John Cena makes his last appearance at the Mecca of Professional Wrestling. With WWE reducing its live event schedule and focusing on maximizing rights fees as opposed to running a regular schedule, this isn't surprising. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.